What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel tonight. This is your official NXT review for tonight's show, November 8th, 2017, and we are just a week and a half away from NXT TAKEOVER War Games and what I consider the main event, the main attraction of Survivor Series weekend in Houston, Texas, man. Tonight we're going to go over NXT, the build for War Games just 2 weeks out. And I got news on the official rules of the War Games match. I also got news on a match that Triple H has just recently added to TakeOver War Games, but we will not be seeing it live on the WWE Network, and it breaks my heart because the match that he actually added to the show could realistically be the best match of the weekend, and we won't be able to see it. So we're going to talk about that tonight right here on the review. If you guys missed earlier this afternoon around 5 p.m., I uploaded an OTS, an off-the-script extra, talking about John Cena being the 5th man added to the Survivor Series team for SmackDown Live. So make sure you guys go and check that out as well. We talk about the pay-per-view calendar in WWE, dwindling down pay-per-views. They're decreasing the amount of pay-per-views for 2018. Also, plans for Bray Wyatt have now been canceled. So no more feud with Finn Balor, no more dressing in drag, no more Pumpkinhead, no more Sister Abigail. That feud is completely canceled. What's next for Bray Wyatt? If you guys missed that OTS extra, it is live on the channel right now. Make sure you guys check the annotation in the top right corner of the screen within this video to go check it out. And if you did, thank you so much. If you have not, please go over there and show some support. Hit a thumbs up and leave a comment. It definitely helps in the rankings right here on the channel. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. We are 85,000 subscribers. So close, man. 85,000. We're about another 400 away from 85,000 subscribers. Let's do that before the Survivor Series. I'd love to have that happen. Thank you for showing up to my Twitch stream tonight. When I streamed Call of Duty, we were about 140 people deep on that World War II stream. So thank you to everybody that showed up for the live stream of World War II Call of Duty. I actually have Call of Duty gameplay going up on the channel tomorrow. My first episode of Road to Prestige this year, so you guys don't want to miss that. Also, we talked about off the script getting a social media segment. So if you guys want to get in on that and be a part of the off the script social media segment for this weekend's podcast, episode 195, all you got to do is tweet me and use the hashtag JDOTS. If your question is good enough, I'll feature it on the show, give you guys a shout out. So make sure you guys check my Twitter and use the hashtag when tweeting me any question you want about the current product, man. JDOTS to get in on Off the Script's new social media segment coming to this weekend's podcast, man. So thank you guys so very much. Let's talk about this match that I wish was on the show for TakeOver War Games. Triple H, the Sly Devil, you Triple H. What are you doing, bro? How could you leave this match off the show? I don't know. I don't know what is going through his head. I'm hoping there's a petition. I'm hoping there's enough fan response to get these guys on the show. I know Johnny Gargano is going to be on the show. He's doing an ab-off with Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is going to be at TakeOver Houston, TakeOver War Games. He's going to be helping Johnny Gargano get back on track. What would help me get back on track is seeing great wrestling action. Pete Dunne versus Johnny Gargano has been added to TakeOver War Games, but it will not be featured on the pay-per-view live on the WWE Network. Trips, you're breaking my heart, bro. You're breaking my heart, man. The idea of Johnny Gargano taking on Pete Dunne should make every wrestling fan mark out like a motherfucker. But this amazing news has a little bit of a disappointing lining to it. As WWE's release about the match says, if you want to see this amazing matchup, you'll have to buy a ticket and see it live because it won't be on the WWE Network. And I quote, this is from WWE's website. If you want to bear witness to WWE's United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne's next colossal title defense live, there's only one way to do so, by scoring a ticket to NXT TakeOver War Games. to see this match live at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas on Saturday, November 18. The match will not air as part of the night's TakeOver War Games live special on the network, meaning those lucky NXT fans in attendance in the Toyota Center will have an exclusive opportunity to watch the title bout unfold before their very eyes. End quote. This is where I add the little crying emoji face several times because I will not be getting to see Johnny Gargano, who is one of my favorite NXT superstars, against Pete Dunne, who I absolutely love watching wrestle, man. It might just be too sad to write, which, you know, I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but there is certainly, a reason why Triple H is doing this. I don't know why Triple H is doing this, but my reason behind this is that maybe the show was not sold out. Maybe featuring Pete Dunne and Johnny Gargano in an unadvertised United Kingdom Championship match is going to help get those last-minute ticket sales in. I know if I'm not going to TakeOver and they book that match for the show and it's not going to be airing on the network and it's just going to be there for the live audience, I'd actually buy a ticket to that show. I would buy a ticket to the show regardless over anything that WWE is doing on the main roster. But to see this match, my God, man, what are they doing? What are they doing? How could you dangle something like that to the fans of NXT and not showcase it at TakeOver? Pete Dunne was in the match of the year for WWE with Tyler Bate at TakeOver Chicago. Can you imagine what he would do with Johnny Gargano? I mean, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, man. If the Pete Dunne Tyler Bate match was as good as it was at Chicago, and we know what Johnny Gargano is capable of, I mean, this is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. Obviously, WWE is going to be filming. Obviously, WWE is going to have the cameras turned on. I'm hoping that they put this on a random edition of NXT and show us this match. I hope that we see something of this match on WWE.com, WWE's YouTube channel, something. You know the cameras are going to be turned on. I would love to see the energy in that arena. If this match is going on before the event, with that crowd just settling in and sitting in, and they're going to be treated to an opening match with those two guys. Can you imagine the energy that is going to be in that arena? Can you imagine the excitement and the atmosphere that crowd is going to be before the bell even rings to open this pay-per-view? Holy shit, bro. I'm hoping WWE does the right thing, man. You cannot put those two guys in the ring and not feature it anywhere across social media, man. You got to showcase some of this match. You got to do something exclusive with it. Have people tune into the network to watch it on a random edition of NXT. Something, man. We got to see this match. And WWE trolling the fans as always. Trips, you're better than that, bro. You know we love our NXT. You can't be holding out on something like that. So we'll see what happens with that, man. Pete Dunne and Johnny Gargano added to TakeOver War Games, but it will not be live on the WWE Network. We're gonna have more Pete Dunne news this weekend on Off the Script. Pete Dunne apparently is done with all independent dates. He is going to be with the WWE full time, and I don't know where he's gonna fit with the United Kingdom Championship. I know the UK division was on 205 Live. I got news on why they were on 205 Live. I got news on Pete Dunne's status with Progress. Looks like he's done with Progress for the time being. He's going to be with WWE, like I said, full-time. So we're going to have all news on Pete Dunne this weekend on Off the Script. So make sure you guys tune in on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for more news and rumors concerning the world of WWE. TakeOver War Games, man. Everybody wants to know what the official ruling is. WWE released the official rules of War Games 2017. Sanity, featuring Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane, going up against Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly of the Undisputed Era, and the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, along with Roderick Strong. Those are the three teams of three involved. There has been a lot of confusion about the rules. Now, WWE has released what the rules will be come November 18th. This is from WWE's website. The three teams will fight inside of a steel cage that features two rings. This is an excerpt from WWE.com, and I quote, "All 3 teams will be contained inside separate shark cages by the entranceway, with a member from each team as chosen by his respective squad starting the match. After 5 minutes, the remaining members from one team will be released from their shark cage and allowed to enter the match. When another 3-minute period elapses, the remaining members from a second team are released from their shark cage and enter the match. Following another 3-minute period, the final team's members are released from their shark cage and enter the match. Once all 3 teams have entered the War Games match, a victory can be attained via pinfall or submission." So before that, you guys know chaos will indeed ensue. Previous War Games matches had a roof on the top of the cage. It appears as if this will not be the case since the wrestlers are being brought in via a shark cage. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what that would have to do with a top of the cage or, you know, being there or not. It says the shark cage is going to be, or the shark cages are going to be on the entrance ramp. So I don't know what a roof on the cage has to do with the shark cages. Or the cage not having a roof have to do with the shark cages if they're going to be on the entranceway. I think this piece of information from this particular website didn't really understand what the rulings were. I read that it was going to be on the entranceway. But those are the rules. Listen, whatever the rules are, WWE is, you know, obviously taking the old school mentality of War Games and they're going to put their own modern spin on it. So that's exactly what it is. We got to wait and see what it boils down to live and how this comes off on television. I can't wait to see it, man. I think this is going to be a brutal match. And like I said, I'm expecting, my prediction, Roderick Strong's going to end up joining Undisputed. I know a lot of you guys were throwing Roderick Strong's name around. Some of you were actually throwing Donovan Dijak's name around. I don't think that's going to happen, man. I think Donovan Dijak is an impressive athlete on his own. I think WWE took a look at him and his size and his physique and how tall he is, and I think WWE is going to want to push him on his own instead of putting him in Undisputed with Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly. I think Roderick Strong needs the rub from those guys to get ahead, to get to that next step. I think it's best if he joins Undisputed in some type of double turn here, or some type of twist, where he has been blowing them off, and then when it boils down to it, you know, he joins them at the end, and they end up winning War Games. I don't think Donovan Dijak's going to be a member of Undisputed. I think he's going to be on his own because, you know, WWE probably dropped their pants when they seen Donovan Dijak. He's a very impressive athlete, so I don't think he's going to benefit at all from Undisputed. I think he's going to be pushed on his own. I think Roderick Strong could use the rub from those 3 guys instead, and I think that's the best course of action for Roderick Strong. But that is the ruling there for War Games come November 18th. On to NXT tonight, man. It was a very basic, straightforward show. It didn't really insult our intelligence. It was filled with action. They had some nice build towards TakeOver War Games. We got some new matches announced for War Games, which we'll go over. We got some matches announced for next week, which is the go-home show for War Games. Heavy Machinery started the show off, and I am a fan of Heavy Machinery, man. I like their presence. I like their makeup. They're very fun to watch. They went up against Chris Payne and Sean Maluta. And if you guys remember Sean Maluta, he was in the Cruiserweight Classic in the opening round. He was actually Kota Ibushi's first casualty in the Cruiserweight Classic. Nearly killed himself in that match. But he took the loss from Kota Ibushi there in the opening round of the Cruiserweight Classic. This was a squash match, man. You had Otis Dojovic do a Scotty 2 Hotty worm, which was hilarious. And then Tucker Knight does a springboard back elbow off the middle rope, man. These guys are fucking fun to watch. I'm telling you right now, man. I think they were pushed too fast to get their title shot against AOP. I'm hoping that they get back there and they get some momentum behind them. And then at the end here, they do their trash compactor for the win. You got Otis Dojovic holding one of the guys. I don't know who it was. And the other guy was laying on the mat. Tucker Knight bounces off the ropes. He bum rushes into Otis, and it's just one big squash fest. Otis squashes both guys as he's power slamming the other guy onto his tag team partner. It's fucking ridiculous, man. I would not want to be on the receiving end of that. Heavy Machinery wins in a squash match here to open NXT. Nothing more to it. Ember Moon was interviewed by Christy St. Cloud, NXT's resident android. God, she is awful, dude. My God, just give me the microphone. Give me her job. I can do a better job. She is absolutely disgusting to look at. That smile makes me want to fucking cringe every time I look at her, man. Christy St. Cloud. She's as big as a fucking cloud. Christy St. Cloud talks to Ember Moon about Mercedes Martinez in the comments she made last week, saying that Ember Moon can't win the big one. I'll show you the big one, Ember Moon. Anyway, Moon invites her to the ring for a match next week. So, Mercedes Martinez, nice knowing you. Ember Moon's not losing before TakeOver War Games. Kairi Sane versus Billie Kay. Pirate Princess is sailing her way to the ring. She's in the back. She's just saluting everybody in the back. She's saluting the windows when she walks by. I don't know if you guys seen it. I don't know who she was saluting. I'm like, who the fuck are you saluting? You know? You're saluting a photo or a picture on the wall. She must be happy to be there. I don't know. She must be in a good mood. She went one-on-one with Billie Kay. Do I need to tell you what happened here? Kairi Sane with a tremendous spear almost speared Billie Kay in half. Double-handed chops. Continues to chop Billie Kay. Onslaught in the corner. Does that diving forearm, which I do not want to be on the receiving end of if I was Billie Kay. Peyton Royce is trying to interfere and interject in this match. Kairi Sane took care of her. She got rid of Peyton Royce on the outside. Spinning back fist knocks Billie Kay silly. She falls to the mat. Perfect spot for X marks the spot. The elbow drop off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Kairi Sane delivers a beautiful elbow drop to Billie Kay in this match. Gets the victory easily over Billie Kay here on NXT. Cassius, oh no. It's going to be at TakeOver. Oh no is going to be at TakeOver. He's wearing an old Cesaro t-shirt. Kings of Wrestling. Kings of Wrestling. He's in Mr. Weagle. What is this, Kevin Dunn's fucking alter ego? You know. Mr. Regal's office. Cassius Ohno says that he's had some ups and downs at NXT, but recently he's been on a hot streak. Came out of his feud with Hideo Itami, which I got news on this weekend on Off the Script. It looks like he is indeed heading to 205 Live. God help him. Says since his program with Hideo Itami, he deserves to be in talk for the NXT title picture. Oh no, I don't think you do. So he wants to prove to William Weagle that he is indeed NXT Championship worthy. So Regal says, what do you got in mind, bro? What do you got in mind? Ono wants Lars Sullivan at War Games. So Regal says, are you sure? You want Lars? You got it. They shake hands. He reluctantly agrees. And Regal signs the match. It's a done deal. Cassius Ohno versus Lars Sullivan. That's actually going to be a match I'm looking forward to, man. I want to see more of Lars, and I think that's going to be a hard-hitting match, man. It's going to be a nice test for Lars Sullivan, because, you know, we rag on Ono here, but Ono can fucking wrestle, though. He's very, very good at what he does. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Cassius Ohno and Lars Sullivan at War Games on November 18th. WWE had a fantastic video package from the history of War Games, promos, recent interviews. You got Arn Anderson, you got Dusty Rhodes, you got Dustin Rhodes, you got Ric Flair, you got everybody. You got photos or pictures of Bret Hart and, you know, the Road Warriors, Psycho Sid, the British Bulldog, the Harlem Heat. Everybody showcased in this thing, man. It was a very, very good video package. I'm assuming that's going to be the video package that they're going to be showing at the pay-per-view again. Just a throwback, very nostalgic. Just brought you back to the good old days of professional wrestling, man. Nice touch there with the video package about the history of War Games. Andrade Cien Almas was in a sit-down interview with Zelina Vega. She says that she won't give up their secrets and says that they met Drew McIntyre face-to-face like they said that they would. She was asked about what their relationship is about, the relationship between Andrade and Zelina Vega, the interviewer who was faceless. X what their relationship is about. Vega says that they've known each other for 7 years, and she knows the real Almas, while everybody else does not. So, I'd like to know what the relationship is with Zelina Vega, bro. You know? Zelina Vega is doing good things for Andrade. I don't think Andrade is going to win. I know he's not going to win the title, but this is the biggest step in his NXT career, and Zelina Vega has a lot to do with that, man. Good shit here, and a match I'm very much looking forward to seeing, man. I think it's going to be a hard-hitting match, and the styles of CN and Drew McIntyre, man, who the hell knows what's going to happen. That's going to be a brutal, brutal match. I can't wait to see what those two guys do in the ring at TakeOver. The Velveteen Dream, who is probably one of my most favorite things on NXT at the moment. He makes his entrance, and he is going one-on-one with Cesar Bononi. This was a squash match, down to the very last fucking move. He did not do the elbow drop, which I was very disappointed with. I'm assuming that he didn't do the elbow drop because Kairi Sane was on the same show just a little bit ago, and she did the elbow drop, so WWE probably said, I will give this one to Kairi tonight. You do something else and finish this bum off tonight. So we didn't get to see the Purple Rainmaker off the top rope, which was very disappointing because I think the Velveteen Dream has the best-looking elbow drop in the business right now. So what he did was he did a Death Valley driver. He picks him up on his shoulders, Death Valley driver, and just slams him right into the mat. Kind of floats over with him for the win. And he did not do the elbow drop, like I said. So he kept that in his back pocket. I think he's saving that for Aleister Black at TakeOver War Games. That match, you all know. I'm sure you guys are thinking the same thing. That match I'm looking forward to as well on November 18th. Dream cuts a promo after the match, says that after the match with Aleister Black, when the darkness comes to light, Black will say his name. Ruby Riott was injured at the hands of Sonya Deville, as if anybody gives a shit. Ruby Riott was in the trainer's room. She said that she will need a few more weeks of rest before getting back in the ring, in action. Deville comes into the room and says Riott should have tapped out, and he would have avoided coming to the trainer's room and being out. Riott says Deville should have broken it to prevent her from coming back. They decided to duke it out one-on-one once Riott is cleared. Next, I don't care. Nothing about Sonya Deville interests me whatsoever. Street Profits are hanging out inside Full Sail University, and they're just hanging out with the Black Cups, and they're just partying, and they're just hanging around. A delivery guy just walks into frame. He's delivering a suit for Tino Sabatelli. Montez Ford says, hey, I'm Tino Sabatelli. They unzip it, and it's a nice gray suit with a nice black tie. Tino Sabatelli comes in and says, whoa, 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 what are you doing with my suit, bro? It's a $5,000 suit. You can't afford this. I don't know who Riddick Moss reminds me of, bro. He reminds me of somebody that I used to watch back in the day. I'm looking at him, I'm like, his mannerisms and the way he delivers it, he reminds me of someone. I can't put my finger on it. One of these days, I'm just going to come out and say it, but I just can't figure it out right now. But I'm loving the team of Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss, man. I think they got a lot of personality. They just got to come up with a team name. So Tino and Riddick Moss says, listen, don't touch our suit. So everything that is Tino's is, I guess, Riddick Moss's as well. They go back and forth, dissing each other, and then the Street Profits say, listen, why don't we do this? Why don't we come to a mutual agreement here? Why don't we meet in the ring next week on NXT? So we finally got a match, man. Finally, Street Profits got some type of competition in NXT's tag team division. Should be good. Looking forward to that as well. Roderick Strong and Adam Cole in the main event. This was a decent match, man. Two former Ring of Honor guys. Two former Ring of Honor champions in the ring. This was obviously going to be a setup for more build for TakeOver War Games. There was just a beautiful exchange, several counters, several shots. I know Roderick Strong got a backbreaker that he didn't get all of, but he got enough of it for a near fall. Neckbreaker to the knee of Adam Cole, but Roddy kicks out. Jumping knee in retaliation from Roderick Strong. Drapes Cole up on the top. They fight on the top rope. Strong stays up top. Flips Cole up for a backbreaker, and Cole lands badly on the turnbuckle, man. Brutal spot that had the crowd going crazy, and then all of a sudden, They knew Adam Cole was in trouble, and out come Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. They aid him, and they pull him out of the ring. Referee immediately calls for the disqualification. At that point, after the bell rings, the Authors of Pain come in, and Sanity makes their way to the ring. All three teams are going crazy. All hell breaks loose. Wolf does a huge dive onto everybody on the outside. Strong hits a suplex off the top rope on Cole into everybody that's on the outside. Everybody's going crazy. The suplex from Roddy on Cole to everybody looked like it hurt Roddy more than anything because he hit the ground hard. There was just a small open spot in between the mass sea of bodies where he hit the padding underneath, man. He took a vicious bump there on the outside. But this was just to sell you on War Games. I don't know what they're going to do next week for the go-home show, but it looks like this combustible element is ready to bust at the seams. And I don't know if War Games is going to be able to contain all these personalities, man. 9 guys in that ring, gonna be fucking vicious. So that was NXT tonight, and the build for TakeOver continues, man. Very good show. Very straightforward. It didn't insult your intelligence. It got straight to the action. It continued to build for War Games. We got some new matches announced. We got new matches for next week for the go-home show. Some good stuff coming up, man. NXT is, right now, hitting their stride, and they're nailing everything. And NXT TakeOver War Games is going to be the best thing of Survivor Series weekend. That is your NXT review for this week, man. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below of the Gargano-Pete Dunne match not being featured on TakeOver War Games live on the WWE Network. Let me know what you're thinking of the rules for War Games 2017. And I will see you guys tomorrow for more content right here on the channel. Make sure you guys get your questions in on Twitter. Use the hashtag JDOTS for the social media segment for this weekend's Off the Script episode 195. Make sure you guys check out Off the Script Extra today, talking about John Cena being the 5th man for Team Survivor Series for SmackDown Live, ultimately passing on Rusev. And there's some developing story by Pro Wrestling Sheet. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were sent home from the European tour for disorderly conduct, man. There was loud complaining, apparently, on the tour bus, going from city to city from Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, clearly out of frustration about the way they've been booked following Hell in a Cell. We'll talk about that, and we'll follow up with that story on this weekend's podcast as well. I'm JD. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys right back here tomorrow for more content on the channel. Make it a great Wednesday night, and I'll talk to you later.